when they want to issue the instrument of investment that the public can buy or the company can buy related with the green, they need to spend more cost in investment, absorb from the company who use that funding, right? Like Mandiri, when they want to give a funding and the cost is like 6% now, 7% minimum for 5 years bond, then make a tokenized.
Something that is actually very up to date. Right?
Yes, and easier for them, make them have interest on that instrument.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes, so yes. Hello there. Decarbonizers, carbon activists all over the world, carbon friends. So, welcome back to another episode of Carbon Forum. This time around, we will be discussing about investment in the green sectors. With me, Poempida Hidayatulloh, as always, your host. And we have already a very interesting guest. He's the Vice Chairman of Acexi, the Association of Carbon Expert Emission of Indonesia, Carbon Emission Expert of Indonesia, and also he's in the Presidium of the Mutual Funds Associations of Indonesia also. And his name is Mr. Fahmi Arya Wicaksana. Hello, Pak Fahmi.
Hello.
How are you?
Great, Pak.
Thanks for coming here and for being here with us and
thank you for the
spending time
also
for this podcast. Yes. And yeah, what do you think about investment? What is the current sort of situations in the investment sort of sector, especially in the issue on the green investment? Yeah.
Okay, so I think when we talk about the investment, we need to go back first about what is the basic rules of the investment. I think when we talk about investment, we need to talk about the risk and return.
That's right.
And also when we talk about risk, it's not also about the cost for the company or for someone that want to issue any instrument for investment, but also the time. So if we can back 1 year in 2023, when the government launched the carbon index for the IDX carbon bourse. And also last year, we also knew that the four state-owned companies released a green bond. And then we also talking about the another instrument last year, like for the crypto itself, because we can consider now crypto and also as an instrument of investment. And from the three of that, only one I think we can say that reached the success. Only come from the green bond.
Oh, I see.
That in July, Bank Mandiri, they issued 5 trillion of a green bond, and the demand is 3 times oversubscribed.
Oh, okay.
Also in October, BRI released like 6 trillion.
6 trillion, 5 trillion and 6 trillion.
6 trillion. Comparing with the Mandiri carbon index bourse, it's only like, until now, it's only a billion transaction. So what's the problem is, first, if we talk about the problem, we can talk about the supply itself, like what I said in the beginning about the basic of investment. Now we need to see from the perspective of the issuer. When they want to issue the instrument of investment that the public can buy or the company can buy related with the green, they need to spend more cost in investment. And the other side, I think until now, the benefit or the incentive for from the government not giving the good incentive for this company. So from the company perspective, when they want to issue, it's more about their obligation or the mandate from the government for the state-owned company to release. But for the private sector, they see that, oh, this is expensive. But we need to see the credit rating, do the audit. Is it the company is green, or even for the project itself? It's not that easier like for the conventional, not related with the green. And for the cost, the coupon, how much? When we talk about bond, we need to talk about the coupon. And when it wrapped together, everything together, then the cost is too high for them to release for the private sector. So that's why when we talk about the supply, we see from the Mandiri, the story from the Mandiri when they issued the green bond 3 times oversubscribed. So the demand is already there, but already there. But the supply is
what about
also,
the BRI? The response
is 2 times.
2 times.
Still very high. Even for if you check the bourse, the IDX carbon, supply the demand still there, but many company they want to buy the carbon credit from the bourse from the IDX carbon, but no one
can supply right now.
Can supply that. So that's the thing that we need to fix. That's the thing that we need together to talk together.
So the balance of the supply and demand is very important in this sense, right?
We need to provide the easier way or the cheapest way to companies if they want to release
if you add it up, like 11 trillions of the green bonds and also the only 1 billion transactions within the bourse, and it's kind of very, very low percentage of total market cap of the investment, right?
Correct.
I mean, what do you think is needs? What I'm saying is, what do you think needs to be done to actually increase the performance, I guess?
So I think that's the common issue that we need to solve. And based on the IDB result survey in 2022, what is the major issue?
IDB, Islamic Development Bank.
Yes. What is the major issue why the green bond or green investment is not too good from the supply and demand? The most problem is not only about the investment itself, but coming from the information, the lack of information. That's why when we started talking together last year, if you remember, I said to you that the most important that we need to build is not about the law or the policy, regulation or others, but the ecosystem itself. That they need to know who is involved in this industry. So not only the government, not only the issuer, but also there is an auditor, there is a player, there is a NGO and others. So when they want to release or they want to issuing the green bond or green instrument, they're not only talking about what the incentive from the government. They can talk with the World Bank. They can talk with the other company from overseas that giving more incentive. Not only for the government, but only for private sector, but also to private sector. If they want to make a project of the green and they want to issuing something for the green related with green, and then the government or the company overseas will give them more incentive or grant. So, like in 2022, there is a World Bank giving to Kaltim,
Yeah.
yeah, the huge
Yeah.
amount of
Yeah.
grant.
But when you say it that way, it's not really a commercial sort of deal, right? It's more into, well, I would call it social sort of approach.
Yes.
But let's see in the other sort of angle. Do you think the high interest rate is also one of the key issues? Like what I'm saying is, obviously, investment in the green sector is not yet sort of lucrative enough to achieve more income comparing to the high interest rate that Indonesia has always been sort of enjoying at the moment. Not enjoying, actually, implementing.
Yes, but so the problem is when we talk about the interest or the coupon that from the investment, we are talking about the cost that need to absorb from the company who use that funding, right? Like Mandiri, when they want to give a funding and the cost is like 6% now, 7% minimum for 5 years bond, then how much the company that want that funding needs to pay. And I think most of the company who want to work for the green issue and others, they don't have enough like profit from their operational to pay that. So this is the lag part. That's why we cannot talk about only come from the interest or from the coupon. That's why we need to talk from the others benefit that the industry or the ecosystem can give to this company when they want to issuing a bond or in other instrument.
Right.
Yeah, because when you only just focus about the interest rate, then the cost and the project itself will not match. Yeah, no one will use that because it's too expensive for them. And
the government now is kind of keen on pushing the result-based payment sort of scheme instead of the voluntary market sort of scheme. What do you think that would benefit the green investment sector?
Yeah, I think it's when government now try to push, especially for the state-owned company, to more and give a annual report about their sustainable report and others relating also with the green action that the company needs to do. I think it's creating a off-taker of that investment. But the problem is not about the demand part. The creating demand is, I think, is easy. Because we cannot. The demand is not only from the Indonesian sector, but also from the overseas. You have a lot of experience that lot of overseas, a lot of foreign company or foreign NGO come to us and say, "Hey, I have a lot of money, which project that I want to invest." But the problem, I don't have a project. Because I cannot get funding. Why you cannot get funding? Because yes, the funding is still expensive for this project. So that's the problem part. Not creating the demand, but now how to fix the supply? How to make it the investment instrument become cheaper when company or individual want to issuing that.
In the energy sectors, is actually the policy is kind of in paradox sort of situations where investors like yourself or others, for example, they want to achieve high IRR. But then the purchasing price of the PLN, for example, they're trying to push it down as low as possible. So there isn't any, as you say, incentive or benefit whatsoever to the investor. So this is one of the things also that actually creates the bottleneck of the between the supply and demand sort of balance, I guess. So, do you think if we, sorry, what I'm saying, do you think if the government sort of jack up a little bit the purchasing price of electricity, for example, from the suppliers of green energy,
Yeah.
do you think that would actually boost up a little bit?
Yeah, but I think it's too difficult to create it, because if we talk about the green energy, but investment in green energy, I also involved like 15 years ago in the mini hydro.
Yeah, yeah.
When we talk about the green energy, it start like in 2010 when government asking more private company to build mini hydro, and then the PLN will buy all the production from that, and it ends on the price itself.
The gap ends in despair.
So now when we're talking the issue, current issue that about the green energy now, more people talking about the solar energy, solar panel, and others. I already talked with some company that now focusing on solar panel. They said that the cost in Indonesia to build it in Indonesia is too expensive, and also the demand is not still there. Because that's why they try to produce that, but only 20% of their production sell to Indonesia, because there is no commitment, from the government or also from the state-owned company or PLN or others. What's the benefit for me to buy that energy, the green? What's the difference between the green energy and from the current energy that they can buy now?
What the structure of the purchasing sort of scenario needs to be revised. First of all, not only the amount of the purchasing price, but also the strategy. Like for example, you can sort of pay up somebody like more at the first stage until it reach the what you call it, the BEP, break-even points, right? And then afterwards they can sort of level down a little bit to certain level where in the end, you know, everybody's happy with it.
Yes, I think we have like very good opportunity in the next period of Mr. Prabowo, when because when we talk especially for his project about the free meal, but it's related with the, you know, about the rural area with the suburban area get the food, and then when they try to get the food, we talk about the economic of their ecosystem around that, not talking about the export and import, but also how to increase the economic scale of this area,
locality,
the local area. And then we know that the PLN not cover, I think is now is about 70%, less than 70% of the total area already supplied by PLN. Rest of them still not. This is the opportunity for the green energy, like for the solar and
the
others. Because when we talk about this, I also related with the issue or the case on the mini hydro, when they think that PLN not give a good price at that time, they give that electricity production to the mining company. Because most of that for the smelter company, so they absorb that because the price that they want to buy is higher and more efficient for them. I think that we can also use it for this case. The off-taker of the business of the free meal and others
can be the
already
purchaser,
there, can be the purchaser of the green energy that can be supplied on this.
That's a brilliant idea,
area.
actually. Very brilliant. So hopefully that can be implemented, you know, evenly, spreadedly, and also quickly.
Yes, and also I think the other issue, lack of information and others thing is about the instrument, because when we talk about the investment, the current investment now, more the investor come from the Gen Z, and they want something make them interested of that instrument.
Yeah,
try to creating not only on the green bond, because green bond, when we talk about the
only
green
players,
bond to the Gen Z, they will think, oh, it's so old.
What's a bond? Is it James Bond?
Yeah. But we can talk about make it in the instrument of crypto.
Okay.
Make a tokenized.
Something that is actually very up to date. Right?
Yes, and easier for them, make them have interest on that instrument. That's the thing that like OJK and also from the industry need to think. Not only making the bourse like the IDX, because it's still like a old instrument. Gen Z is not really interesting on that, because if we see the fact now, the investor for crypto now is 20 million individu, Pak. Comparing with the capital market, only now is about 14 million.
40 million. But the market gap is still huge, right?
Still huge. But the people who already
who got involved,
get involved in this this instrument, the crypto instruments, were already only like 5 years since the COVID era. Yeah.
So you reckon that the new form of the instruments would actually boost up also the performance of the transactions? Yeah. Okay, good.
That's right. That's the thing.
Well, would you like to address anything related to the investment to the audience of Carbon Forum, please, by all means?
Yes, I think the most important when we talk about investment is about how we can create, how the packaging of the instrument that we can address to our targeting investor. That's the most important part.
Okay.
So and we're not only talking about the interest. We need to highlight this. Don't only talking about, because if we talk about the interest, then the cost will be expensive for the people who want to use that funding. Yeah. So we need to how to make it like the PR about how to creating a good PR of this investment. How the incentive not only for the coupon, but maybe government can give like a relaxation from the tax. It also will boost the. We cannot waiting until 2030, but because it's too long.
And it's already too late afterwards.
It's too late. We need to starting now, like a give incentive for, like when we talk about the Sharia bond or Sharia industry investment back to 10 years ago, government give a more stimulate from the how to issuing that instrument, make it easier to, and the incentive from the tax when you release a bond and others. I think we can also use that. To boost the PR, not to boost the the benefit only, but also so more people will know. Oh, this is a good things that we can do. Yeah, if we cannot do something for the earth, then we can buy that. Because
to offset it.
The Gen Z will relate it, they're very like it when they feel that they give something to the community.
And if they get involved in something very up to date, as I mentioned it earlier.
Now the current investor that we have now in Indonesia, they're not talking about how much that I can get from the interest or from the ROI and from the profit and others, but they're not talking about now they're talking about the social contribution that they can give. So that's the thing that we need to talk together about the social impact that we can give from this investment, not only the economical impact, but the social impact we need to talk. And people need to know about this. So
it is basically our job as an association also to
that's our mission
to socialize these, right? So this is one of your job also, my job also. So we should work hard to sort of make these socialites as well.
I think now when we talk about that's why when we talk together, the green industry not only talking about the green industry in their ecosystem, they need talking up to other. They need talking to investment, to capital market industry, to other industry. So people will know, because this is the buyer. Where's the buyer come?
The prime mover, the one that actually drives everything, the one that holds the capital.
I think that's the issue for the investment.
Thank you very much for sharing in the Carbon Forum with us. So we would like to see you again in the future. We'll have more discussions related to these investment sort of issues, right?
Yes, and I think I hope this year will be more instrument.
Or a lot of more instruments to be
not only bond but also other instruments, crypto and others will be issue.
Great news. Okay. Thank you very much, Fahmi. Just a moment. That was Bapak Fahmi Arya Wicaksana, the Vice Chairman of Acexi, and he talked about the potential of the investment sectors in the green investment, and also the challenges that is still exists in this kind of sort of activities. So keep watching Carbon Forum, ladies and gentlemen, the carbonizers, carbon activists, and carbon friends. Until the next episode of Carbon Forum, we will be seeing you again with me, Poempida Hidayatulloh, as the host always. And until then, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.